Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. As I promised a little while ago, Gate Ruler content now and then. We have had several sort of sets been announced for Japan that have even released in a lot of circumstances that we don't know what's happening with how we're getting those in the West. Basically in this video I'm going to go over what we know is coming, or what we know has come to Japan, what we know is coming to Japan, and then I'm just going to talk about like what when we're going to get it, or certainly in this video series. So there's going to be a couple of videos. The first is going to be the best booster. So I'm going to go over to an explanation of what this is. So this is just basically like a reprint set. It's a reprint set that Japan got because essentially, a lot of the stuff from sets 1 to 3 was a little bit hard to get, it made sense to just reprint all the really relevant cards in one set. I don't think we're going to get this in the West. If we did, I imagine it would be in more of a living card game kind of format, where like you just bought it and you got like 4 of every card, right? Like, I feel like if you were going to pitch something like this, you'd make it like a, insanely good start collecting set, and you charge like 50 or 60 quid for it. I don't think you could charge 100. Like, if you want people to play this, there's like 50, 60, and you go, it's literally just a set of everything, and you just set it as a board game kind of thing. That might be successful, because there's a bunch of stuff from sets 1 to 3. Obviously, we're on set 5 now, so, that's something to bear in mind. But anyway, within this set, to incentivize people to pick it up, there is also a set of superior rares. There is 1 superior rare per color. And so, in a moment, I'm going to go over those, but I'm going to say, in terms of English, I think what's going to happen with all of these is they're going to be in set 6 for us. I think they're going to be just inserted in set 6, and you're probably going to get 1 a box, 2 a box, I would hope. Pull rates need to be very, very generous for this game, because, people aren't going to play it otherwise. So I'm hoping that you would be able to get multiple playsets per case, and I believe a case is 12 boxes, so I would hope for 2 to 3 per box. Be very generous with them, because you want people using them, and they're very, very good. So let's go ahead and talk about them. So firstly, we have got Yoko Seigaku. So this is a Yomajin front. These are all level 4. Supernatural, Fire, Water. It's a 5/6/2, level 4. The counter on all of these as well is the same, I believe. And this is choose an enemy ruler or an enemy unit of level 3 or lower, return it to hand or exhaust it. So obviously this is a really, really powerful counter. I think that kind of goes without saying. Also worth saying, in the context of Yomajin Front, which is, and especially Supernatural, which is a very common color combo you see used in Trickster, but of course in general, Trickster has access to all of these. With the Gias, you can just pitch this from hand and get the counter effect, so it's something worth saying for all of these. Discount is to bot deck 1 to play this for 2, and then it has TD and OD. Choose one of the following. Destroy all enemy field cards, then choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and remove them from the game. Or, this gains Retaliate and Defender until the start of your next turn. So you just get to swing with it, and then you chuck it in center, and it's a 5/6, and it's a little bit annoying to get through, and it can kill a lot of stuff on the sort of crackback. I think this is quite good. I also think this is probably the worst of the superior rares, certainly in contention. And I think that should sort of set the power level, because this is by no means a bad card. It's not obviously broken, but, it's something I think is certainly very, very strong. Being able to just have a 5/6/2 Retaliator is quite nice. Having the utilities just pop fields is obviously good. The issue is the kind of fields you might want to be popping with this. For example, like Star Strike, are just gonna get used in response, so that is a bit of an issue. Obviously, if something like Beasts became very, very popular, then the fact you could just go, nope, your stats are gone, is very nice. Seems more like a sideboard card, and we don't really have a sideboard in this game, but, to some extent, we can decide whatever the hell we want. So maybe if we, as a community, decide best of 3 sideboard is the way we want to go, then I think this card is very, very nice as something in contention. But it's alright, nothing crazy. Next, this is probably the next worst, is Cthulhu, the otherworldly god. This is the X-Fader, one of these. So this is, again, level 4. It's an Endbringer and a Fire, 5/5/2. So the fact it's an Endbringer is relevant for a bunch of synergies you can see in X-Fader. So the counter deals 3 damage to all enemy units. This is okay. 3 damage isn't really enough to, like, board wipe. Now, you think about this in the context of, like, a guns and gold kind of focus deck, and you can make this 4 or 5 damage, and okay, now counter deal 5 damage is pretty good, but the guns and gold effect damage strategy is kind of crap, so but anyway, the counter's certainly not bad. Also, yeah, I misspoke when I said they all had the same one. Discount, you can bot deck 1, or put 2 of your card's charges to play this for 2, so that's good. It has Sentinel Summoning. So a 5/5/2 Sentinel Summoner is obviously very, very nice. X-Vader generates charges, like, frequently, so the ability to play this for 2 by doing that is obviously quite good. And then TD and OD. If you have an X-Vader card in your damage zone, deal 3 damage to all enemy units. So you see, this is sort of like a Lucifer light. It's definitely not as good as Lucifer, in my opinion, because whilst Lucifer is a full board wipe, like it'll kill itself if you don't have if you're not able to enhance it, it also deals 5 damage, and 5 damage is that kind of critical mass of, like, okay, yeah, this is killing a lot of stuff. 3, it's just, I feel like it's just not doing enough. And, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, a 5/5/2 body is really good. It just feels like Lucifer if balanced is kind of the feeling I get by reading this card. And I don't know if that's sufficient, especially in the set 5 metagame when you're looking at some of the stuff that's running around. Okay, next, but like, I think these two are significantly worse than the next set of them. So let's talk about the one I'm most excited for, which is Alice of the Absurd World. This card's kind of crazy. So this is, again, level 4, Alice, Ascendant, and Future Folk. So 3 very, very relevant traits there. The main one being Ascendant. It's the main one we care about now. Alice has kind of shifted away from being this A7 kind of bouncy sort of thing, and it's moved very much into Ascendance. And if you want to know more about that, you should subscribe to the channel for more Gate Rule videos, because I'll be going over all the new support cards Alice got that we should be getting in set 6 is my prediction, and you'll see exactly why the deck has changed so much. But anyway, so what does this do? It's a 4/4/2. Stats are quite crap. Counter is the as previously discussed, enemy ruler or enemy unit, exhaust or bounce. So again, very, very powerful counter. Discount, you bot deck 1 to play this cost 2. TD, heal 3, take 3. OD, heal 1, drive 1. And all allied A7s gain +1 attack. So the one thing I will immediately say is I am imagining, right, a scenario which is a deck built around abusing Adriano, right? If you gear up into Adriano, which is inevitably going to happen over the course of one game, because you're going to counter-check it or you're going to draw it. And it's just, it's so unlikely to not happen, right? And you save, right, your Alice of the Absurd Worlds for that turn, and suddenly you go, yep, cool, heal 3. You don't take the damage, because Adriano says you don't, right? You can combo this with the Well of Ids. This was already a combo we had previously, which was quite crazy, which was you gear up into Adriano, and then you Well of Id, and you heal 2, and you don't take 2 more damage. So that's like a heal 5 combo for 3, which is obviously very, 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 very good. I'll talk about more potential combos in the future when we actually get some sort of confirmation on when these are coming, and like deck profiles and stuff. I'll talk about. There's lots of ways that this can go. But what I'll say is it's got strong potential in the Alice deck. I don't think it's broken. I think the biggest issue with the Alice deck is you want to play so many cards with counter that it's very difficult to fit this in. Because obviously, if you're relying on this combo, then you probably want to play like 4 Adriano and like at least 2 to 3 of this, probably 4. So you're in a sort of sticky situation. But we'll see what happens. I hope in set 6 we get stuff like salvaging and like, you know, all that sort of stuff to make this much more consistent. But yeah, I think this is very, very good. This is definitely not the best though. There's better to come. Okay, then we've got Apollo the Brilliant. So this is an Owl, Deity, Light, Fire piece of support here. This is level 4 as well. It's a 6/6/2, so good stats. And it has the very, very powerful counter. As a discount, you put a card from your hand to the graveyard, and it has Dignity of Gods. Once per turn, standard action. Declare 1 attribute until the end of the next turn. Other allied units with a declared attribute get +2/+2. Okay, so that's pretty good. You're making your stuff quite large. And obviously you declare Owl with anything big, and it's here you can declare Deity. There's some synergies there. Like, I'm sure you can make some really silly walls. You know, like, there's definitely going to be a combo with the 7/7/3 Wonderverse from set 5 that has Dormant that says it's not affected by opponent's effects, where you can wall up with that and then just go, yep, it's a 9/9. Good luck. Like, clearing a 9/9 is so difficult, and then you can just build around, like, walling up with it. I think that's possibly a deck that this could fit well into, in addition to Owl, which is obviously fits into Owl. But then, instant action, you can discard a card from your hand or DR3 to choose an enemy unit and deal 2 damage to it. So this is one of those things where, like, okay, This is really, really nice because if you Lucifer and then you also combo that with an opponent of the Brilliant, you can guaranteed board wipe pretty much everything, right? Like, at most, your opponent's going to have one thing that isn't going to be at 5 health or less, and this just guarantees that you deal with it, and then you just enhance the Apollo if you want to keep the Lucifer around, right? I think this is very, very good. I think this is a really nice Owl card. Again, not crazy broken, just very strong. I think you probably want to play it a couple copies. I don't think it's like something that you need 4 copies or anything. I just think it's quite nice, but I don't know, the counter's so good that maybe you do want 4 copies of it. Finally, what I think is the best of these, and I think this is unbelievably good. I think Darkness is going to be disgusting when it gets this card. So this is Fell Dragon Arc Gildies. So this is a level 4 Dragon or Darkness. 5/5/3. Counter if you have 3 life or less, end the turn. So now Darkness has 12 counters which say end the turn. 1 at 2, and then I think the remainder at 3 or less. So this is already ridiculous, especially when you factor in the Geas that Darkness Overlord that you were already going to be playing, because you only really play 2 cards a turn in Darkness anyway. TD and OD, choose one enemy unit to level 3 or lower. Until the end of this turn, that unit loses all its abilities to destroy that unit. Okay, so this is guaranteed popping something, right? Is getting rid of something. Okay, so that's really, really good. Obviously, it's got discount as well. And then it's got Abyssal Concerto to move 5 Darknesses without CNT. When this is Abyss summoned, you get to use the card's Blindside ability, and your opponent cannot choose this card in your graveyard. So a whole lot of support things stacking up to make this just, it's removing something. In certain situations, you are going to want to go into this, but it's a fairly restrictive Abyssal Concerto condition. More likely, you're going to be putting this back with your other broken counters to summon the original version of Vastress Rex, right? That's what you're going to be doing. This is 4 of. It's just like the most stable 4 of. Like, Darkness with this card is going to be so insane. Like, I think, you're probably, like, the counter lineup's kind of set, right? Like, it's going to be 4 of the level -2 cat, 4 of this, 4 Vastress, and 4 of the other Vastress. That's it, you're done. And then you're playing this in Overlord, 4 of the... and like the only other level 3 you're playing is 4 of the one that mills 2, and it's got Abyss summoning, and then you're kind of off to the races, right? Like, just chucking all your good Abyss summon cards and you're done. I'll probably throw this together at some point because this is the only card you actually need. You're definitely playing the Geas with it, and I think the deck's going to be insane. Honestly, I think the deck's going to be really, really crazy. So yeah, I'm a big fan, and I'm looking forward to using this. So there we go. That is it for this sort of best booster new cards. As I say, I think we're probably going to be getting these in set 6 in English. So I would expect that, like, I don't know, November, October kind of time. Second half of the year. Fairly late in the year, I assume. And I expect that to also include the cards you'll see me discuss in the upcoming videos. So if you're interested in seeing those, I'm being elusive to attempt to elicit the small gate ruler audience to subscribe. Just do it, bro. Just do it. I hope to see you guys in those videos. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more gate ruler content. And of course, if you're interested in One Piece or Battle Spirit Saga, I also make videos on those too. So you should check those out on the channel. But that's it for this video. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Cheers.